Picture this. You're at the movies. The popcorn is salty, the screen is massive, and for 2 hours, life is great. But behind the velvet curtains, a brutal divorce is happening. On one side, we have AMC, the world's biggest landlord of cinema seats, literally fighting to keep the lights on. On the other, we have IMAX, the tech genius, hitting record-breaking numbers. Today, we're dissecting the 2025 annual reports to show you why one of these companies is building a fortress, while the other is just trying to patch a hole in their pocket the size of a crater. Welcome to the Great Cinema Divorce. People keep asking, is movie-going dead? No. Just boring movie-going is dead. Look at these numbers. AMC brought in nearly $5 billion in revenue, yet they ended up with $366 million less in their bank account than when they started. That's like selling 1 million iPhones but losing your house in the process. Meanwhile, IMAX is printing money with record box office numbers. The lesson? Owning the building is a burden. Owning the magic inside the projector is a gold mine. It's asset-heavy survival versus asset-light dominance. Now, let's talk about AMC's debt. They just pulled off what I call financial Tetris. They owed a mountain of money in 2026, so they rolled it over to 2029. In plain English? They told their creditors, I can't pay you today, but I'll pay you more later if you let me keep the car. They bought 3 years of life, but at a staggering cost. Their interest payments are now eating 11% of every dollar they make. They aren't debt-free. They've just moved the boxes to the back of the garage and hoped they won't trip over them in 4 years. IMAX's secret weapon isn't just big screens. It's their subscription-style resilience. Look at this pie chart. Over half of their money comes from maintenance and services. They're like the guy who sells you a Ferrari but also owns the only mechanic shop allowed to fix it. Even if there isn't a blockbuster movie this month, the projectors still need servicing, and the check's still clear. This is high-quality lunch money that AMC simply doesn't have. AI is the buzzword of the century, but how these two use it tells you everything about their future. AMC uses AI to send you better emails so you'll buy a large soda. That's marketing. IMAX uses AI to literally rebuild the pixels of a movie frame to make it look sharper. That's the product. AMC uses AI to save pennies. IMAX uses AI to charge dollars. One is defensive, the other is an offensive weapon. If you're betting on tech, you bet on the guy making the movie better, not the guy making the ads flashier. So what does 2026 look like? AMC is busy replacing old light bulbs with lasers, essential but expensive. IMAX is looking at a massive backlog of orders, mostly in international markets. But keep your eyes on Q4. When Avatar 3 drops, it's going to be a bloodbath for standard screens while IMAX laughs all the way to the bank. The roadmap shows AMC running a marathon with a backpack full of bricks, while IMAX is waiting at the finish line with a cold drink. Here is the truth slide. If you ignore everything else, look at this. Operating cash flow is how much cash the business generates. Free cash flow is what's left after you pay to keep the lights on. IMAX makes money and keeps most of it. AMC makes a little money and then has to spend all of it, and more, just to fix broken seats and old carpets. It's the difference between owning a brand new Tesla and a 1990s truck that breaks down every time you hit the highway. IMAX has built a technical moat. They only own 1% of the world's screens, but they capture over 5% of the total money spent on movies. That is an insane efficiency ratio. By controlling the camera, the sound, and the screen ratio, they've created a wall that Netflix and Disney Plus can't climb. You can watch a movie on your couch, but you can't watch an IMAX movie on your couch. That exclusivity is their ultimate insurance policy. We have to talk about China. It is the engine room for IMAX. Almost half of their future orders are coming from this region. Following UN standards, we look at the quote as a unified strategic zone. It's a goldmine, but it's also a risk. If the Chinese box office sneezes, IMAX gets a cold. But for now, it's the primary reason their stock looks so much healthier than the competition. To wrap it up, AMC is playing a high-stakes game of financial Tetris, moving debt around just to see tomorrow. IMAX is playing technological chess, owning the board and the pieces. In 2026, the middle class of cinema is dying. You're either the premium experience or you're a landlord with a debt problem. Our verdict? Liquidity is the only truth that matters in this industry. If you want the full 100-page deep dive on the global cinema market, with the data that the big banks use, reach out to us at HDIN Research. Visit us at HDINresearch.com or drop an email to our sales team. Don't just watch the market. Understand the forces moving it. I'm from HDIN Research, and I'll see you in the next deep dive. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, IMAX or AMC.